The night is full of terror and fear. All Hallows Eve is growing near. With a rotten smile, the hunters are greeted, and the arborist horror not yet defeated. Our hunters work to bring it down, but will they prevail or fail the town? With the man called Rolf not finished training, and the bonds on Allen continue waning, the group must learn to work in haste. From this point on, they've no time to waste. We pick up where we left off last week. The group, the hunters, have made it out of the hayride, out of this tangled mess of vines and leaves, into the clearing that's been converted into a pumpkin patch. Floodlights light up the area, and there's all sorts of hustle and bustle from people with their kids. The deputies are walking around, just making sure everything's okay. And at the entrance to the woods sits a truck full of the hunters and an old man snickering and smirking at Esmeralda.
And then does he start to sing, I put a spell on you, and now you're mine.
That's what Esmeralda does?
No, that's what he's singing.
In a very feminine voice.
He's just kind of waiting for you to get out of the truck.
I'm sorry, did you want me to get out of the truck?
This is my truck. This is my hayride.
Who are you?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Wow.
Wow, GM. Negative experience points for you.
He kind of grabs his, lapel. Moses Parker.
Oh, you should have made him grab his, dick.
Last episode, Susi.
And he hawks up a loogie and just spits it on the ground when he says
grabbing his dick?
Sure. That's canon now.
He wants you to feel...
What do you do?
Oh. I hog up a loogie and spit it really close to his foot. Like Rose in Titanic.
He looks up at you and narrows his eyes.
I narrow my eyes and I put my hands to my waist and I say...
I gag in the background.
Get out of the truck.
Wait, excuse me. Excuse me. I was just getting ready to talk. I didn't know what's going on. Okay, we'll get out of the truck. Oh, I will at least. Oh my gosh, I can't talk.
Does everybody get out?
Olaf steps out. He's hovering over this old man because he remembers him from the place, and he's at
the man called Rolf is glaring at him, but slowly gets out of the truck while keeping an eye on him.
He notices. Go ahead.
Before I get out, I lean through the driver's seat out and ask him, "Hey, do you know the man who was driving the truck?"
He looks over and he sees one of the deputies kind of walking towards this scene. And then he looks back at you. I don't know what you're talking about, but I was driving this truck.
No you weren't.
Wait, does this guy look the same as our driver?
No, he's not even close.
Okay.
You don't even look close to the same as our driver.
Hey, GM. Does the man called Rolf see anything with the sight in terms of spirits?
Roll.
I don't know. Why don't you roll for investigate a mystery?
Would it be better to see red instead?
I don't know.
Fuck it, I'm gonna see red.
Alright. Did I not put a limit on how many times you can use it?
You said on a miss, you said, I take one harm, but I don't see a limit.
I guess that's true.
So. That is... Let's see.
It was
that's
full last night.
Nat 10 plus weird.
Yeah, don't...
So that's gonna be 12.
Oh, shit, okay. So you hold 2? Is that what you said?
Hold 2.
Okay.
So... I'm going to... Let's see. Sorry, give me a sec. Is there anything my sight doesn't see?
Yeah, so before your red vision kind of comes over, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary, even with your sight. There's no spirits or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as your red vision comes up, you see kind of like a bright red, like almost like a hairline, almost like a spider web, like a silk thread. And it's kind of like connected to the back of Moses Parker's head, and it just heads off into the woods.
Okay. Let's see. And for my second question, what sort of creature is it?
Is that? Oh, you can ask and investigate a mystery question, huh? Well, the creature is not necessarily controlling Moses Parker, but has like a power over Moses Parker.
Interesting.
Yeah. And obviously from what you've seen, what you saw in the woods, some sort of creature that is able to control the vines and the trees, or may even be it may actually be the vines and the trees. Like, that might actually be the creature itself.
Interesting. Okay. So upon seeing the web coming from Parker, and sort of surmising that the real threat was the plants that they encountered, the Man Called Rolf kind of he kind of slowly walks up to where he sees the web, and he just kind of starts following it back into the woods.
Ooh, okay. What does everybody do in reaction to this?
I'm gonna follow the Man Called Rolf.
Olaf follows.
I just ask. I grab his shirt. I'm like, where the fuck are you going, man?
The Man Called Rolf just kind of puts a finger up to his lips, like, shh, and he motions to follow him. And his eyes are visibly red.
Well. I just shrug and I follow.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow as well.
I looked at the crazy guys like, yo, man, you want to follow too?
Oh my fucking god.
I already know what you'll find in those woods.
Save us some time and tell us what it is.
I think I won't spoil the surprise.
Use charm on him.
Wow.
Trying to manipulate him?
Seduce him.
No. I was just joking. I was trying to pull a Susi. I used to manipulate someone on him.
So the sheriff walks up, or not the sheriff, sorry. Mayor. The mayor.
Mm-hmm.
He walks up, like, the group is still kind of close together. So, how did you all enjoy the hayride?
It was sure haunting.
Yeah, it was really involved, but it was good.
It was enjoyable. You definitely pulled out all the stops.
Well, Moses, I suppose you'll be getting the other half of your payment then. Yeah.
Is this the guy who's setting this whole thing up?
Yep. Came to me at City Hall and proposed this whole project. I mean, I thought, what better way to get people more used to the woods again, get people back out there hiking?
Yes, than to scare them half to death. You're right. What better way?
It's all in good fun. I mean, we got the whole pumpkin patch. Hey, you all didn't pick your pumpkin.
Yeah, we just arrived. We'll get to that eventually. Don't worry about it.
Question. Does the Man Called Rolf see a web coming from the back of Mayor Hughes' head?
No.
No? Okay.
No, this is the only guy that has that. But also about the tether.
Uh-huh.
It's not solid. It's like ethereal.
Okay, that's good to know.
Anyway, Mayor, one of us dropped something during the hayride, so we're gonna go back real quick and pick it up. We'll see you in 5 minutes or so.
Well, you're not gonna head back out there without any light or anything.
Oh, we have these glow sticks.
Do you have any light to give us?
Yeah, hang on a second. Cosmo!
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
You don't have to worry about it, Mayor. We got these glow sticks.
No, don't worry about it. Cosmo, come here. Yes, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, help these folks find. They lost something on the hayride, and I don't want them heading out there alone. So
that's okay. Actually, we're quite all right on our own. Sheriff, if you'd like, you can give us a flashlight, but that's all we really need.
Nonsense. We're running a safe operation here. It's a safety first. So, Cosmo, I want you to follow these people and help them find whatever they're looking for. You have your flashlight, right? Yes, sir. All right, then. So, Cosmo walks up to the group.
Sheriff, you don't have to come with us. Like, we already told you, you're a bit of a danger in the woods, and I don't think it would be proper if you came with us.
We just need a light. That's all we need.
We don't even need the light, actually. Like,
we have these glow sticks.
Whole thing you guys are doing over there. We'll be back in a jiffy.
We already have a light. The moon.
Yeah, see? And we have the glow sticks. Always green.
Look, I'm bored as hell over here. Just let's get this over with, and then we'll get you guys out of here.
Alright, let's go.
What's your costume again, Coslo?
She's wearing her sheriff's uniform.
Oh, how original.
That's still a costume.
That's a nice costume you got there, yeah.
It's a uniform. I'm on duty.
So am I. I'm a clown.
Yeah, me too. I'm a professional cat.
I'm literally on duty. I look down and there's
Oh
poop.
my god.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
The man called Rolf walks up to Coslo and he says, "The man called Rolf implores Star Lady, please stay back. Let us handle whatever lies ahead."
Whoa. Are you okay? What's wrong with your eyes?
Just contacts we got him for the Halloween. Makes him look all freaky and stuff, you know?
The man called Rolf kind of quickly looks away and turns around.
What is the man called Rolf again?
What, is he?
Spooky.
Oh, he's a mime.
Oh. Yeah, we got them because we thought the red would bring out the black and white for the mime costume.
It's supposed to be like a demonic mime, you know? The whole...
Like, oh,
He's a mime from hell.
He's been awake for so long.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this. Like, what did you lose?
Our marbles.
Oh my fucking
Really?
They might be hard to find.
It was the house key to the funeral home. Like, we do have some spares, but I'd rather not have a key just lying around. You know?
Alright, well, let's head in. Do you know where you lost it?
It was close to here.
Over
so
yonder.
Yeah, probably a few steps that way.
The man called Rolf picks up the trail of the web and starts following it again.
I envision the man called Rolf like a dog right now, like sniffing out the trail. Like,
so we're back to the man called Rolf being a dog?
yeah.
Cosmo follows.
How are you doing today? Cosmo, anything interesting happen?
No, this whole thing is pretty boring.
Cosmo, I didn't want to say anything about this, but it seems like... Are you happy with your life where you're at right now?
What are you talking about?
Anytime we ask you something, you always sigh before you start talking. And it's
you want like a career change.
Do you people not realize that I don't act this way with anybody but you?
Oh, so you feel like you can be a true self around us. That's nice.
She's positive one, ain't she?
Face palms and just keeps walking.
Yeah, anyway.
Face palms from the distance, too.
What do you think about this Moses guy? The one who's setting this whole thing up? I find him a bit creepy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I guess you kind of have to be, don't you, for this kind of stuff?
Why, it's just pumpkins and hayrides.
Yeah, where is he from? I'm assuming he's not from the town. I've never seen him around.
No, I don't know. Mayor's the one who set all this up.
No, not again.
We've already been through this.
Alright, so you guys reach the spot where the driver was killed. What do you all do? Or actually, let's, because you were following the thread, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, the thread, it kind of just fades into the foliage, like up, like, into the canopy. So, like, it's not, like, you can't follow it anymore.
Okay.
Can I go up to Rolf and ask him, sort of whispering, like, hey, what exactly are we doing here? Like, what are you following?
The man called Rolf saw a thread. It went up, and he just kind of points up to where he saw it disappear.
Went up from what? Like, from the ground? Like a rope?
The man called Rolf is not sure. It was ethereal in nature.
Yeah, but where did you see the rope first? Was it attached to something?
The man called Rolf saw it attached to the back of the old man from Cat's Diner.
Both of you roll a hunch.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's sharp.
What is the old
Yeah, it should be
man's
sharp.
name again?
Moses.
Yep.
+1 experience to me.
I rolled
I rolled a 7.
10. Alright. You get a sense of something going on in town. A house. In a pretty regular neighborhood. Nondescript house. But
The
inside...
neighborhood we recognize?
Not necessarily. I mean, you've seen it. Like, it's one of the local neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Inside the house, you get a flash of orange. And that's it. But you know that there's something going on there. Something evil.
Wait, what did you roll, Harley?
10.
Okay, so you did see it. I sort of just, look at him, see if you notice in character.
The man called Rolf kind of visibly perks up, almost like a gear clicked into place, and he suddenly looks towards town, like snaps to it, and just takes off back towards the town.
I turned to Cos, was like, Sheriff, I just remember we forgot to lock the door to the funeral home. Gotta head back real quick. You go back to the pumpkin patch. We'll catch up with you guys later, yeah?
What about the key?
We'll probably come back later, or maybe in the morning to
We'll
pick it
just
up
get
or
in through
something.
one of the windows.
Yeah, we do have a
But you
spare under
I
a
thought you didn't lock the
flowering
door.
pot. Yeah, but you still need, key. But, yeah, she
Actually,
wasn't aware.
Coslow, why don't you go back? Why don't you come back with us? You said that you were bored there. Guys, I think out of character, I think we need to keep an eye on Coslow.
I don't mind if he dies.
Yes, definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you come with us? What if there's a burglar now? You never know.
What? No, I have to be here. I'm overseeing all my deputies.
Well, why don't we head back together, Coslow, and I'll get some caramel apples. You guys head back to the...
I've already started running. I'm like, fuck this.
Alright, who's all following the two hunch people?
Hey, I don't like the way you call hunch people. I feel like I'm
Hunchmen.
hunchback
Two
now.
hunchbacks?
Hunchman and Norgom.
What hunch?
What
hump?
What hump?
Alright, so who's following him?
I'll do it.
Not I, said Esmeralda.
Olaf, you're staying with Esmeralda?
With Rolf.
Of
Obviously,
course.
what do you have to ask me?
He's like his
It's not even a
pet.
question.
Sorry, Esmeralda.
Alright,
Hey,
so
two ladies
you
can
can
have
have
the
a
group
lot of
heads
time,
off
yeah.
and Esmeralda and Coslow stand there. Esmeralda, you feel like this chill, this just wind just pass by and just gives you a chill.
I look around for anything suspicious.
It's pretty quiet. It's kind of suspiciously quiet in the woods right now.
We're heading back, though.
Yeah, you're walking back, but it's just, kind of spooky. It's a little chilly.
All the animal noises have stopped.
Coslow, did you feel that?
Well, I guess winter's coming a little early.
Winter's coming.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. It's strange. I didn't feel any wind, and then all of a sudden, it was just like a gust of it.
Yeah, well, tends to do that, I guess.
Do you mind if I just, hold your hand or your arm or something?
What? Yeah, I mind. What?
I feel like
Okay,
Coslow's
sorry.
blushing right now.
Sorry I mentioned it. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways. So any plans for Halloween?
Working the hayride.
I know, but anything else other than this?
I may even.
I'm sorry. Can we not be friends? Is there a rule against that?
The deputies are having a Halloween party tomorrow.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I
But-
guess so.
What are you gonna go as?
Well, it was gonna be a cat.
You can always borrow Meridius's cat outfit.
I have been wearing it for 3 days now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been wearing it for 3 days, but I'm sure he'll be more than happy to.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't know. I'll just wear a mask or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay, almost there. can kind of see the pumpkin patch.
Yeah,
So
you guys head back into the clearing.
I could hear like the crickets
After
in
an
the back.
awkward walk back, you head into the pumpkin
Alright,
patch.
Cosmo, great talking to you. I'm just gonna stick around for a bit. Maybe I'll keep seeing you around.
Yeah,
Stalker for
sure.
the rest of the night.
And like Esmeralda like salutes her. She's not like sure what to do, so she's like, "Hey, bye," and she like salutes.
Like, okay. And she walks off. You see another truck heading into the hayride.
Okay, Esmeralda jumps in the back of the truck.
Oh my god, no.
As soon as you're about to jump in, we had Deputy Sanders. We had another deputy. Can't remember his name. Well, whatever. One of the deputies grabs you before you get onto it. It's like, whoa. You didn't pay.
Spencer.
She like looks at
Spencer,
him and
that's
she
right.
like gives him a gun and she's
Mark
like,
experience.
"Ooh,
Yeah!
smooth Deputy Spencer. Is that what they call you?"
Damn straight. That's what they call me.
That's a pretty cool name, isn't it? Hey, have you noticed anything suspicious going on? You know, anything crazy or weird? You know, what do you know about that? What she like looks around herself before she says and make sure like no one's really around her. And she says, "What do you know about that Moses fella?"
Oh man, I guess creepy.
Right? Okay.
His teeth are all messed up.
I think he has that one thing. What is it called? Halitosis?
Yeah, I get.
Like
yeah.
smelly breath, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, his teeth are all rotted to shit.
Reminds me of, kind of like Richard Ramirez.
I don't know who that is, but I mean, you eat enough candy, you know, that's what you end up as. The guy's snacking 24/7.
Is he really?
Yeah, you don't see that sack that he's got clipped to his belt.
She like looks over at him. How does he look? Is he skinny or fat?
He's kind of skinny. He's like really lanky. He has kind of like wispy hair and it's like really long, like to like almost shoulder length. And it's gray. He's got these piercing like grayish blue eyes. Kind of like a wrinkled face, and he's got this like really like his teeth. Not only are they rotted, but they're kind of crooked, and there's like a lot of spaces in between them. And I guess kind of like he has kind of big ears, so like vaguely he kind of looks like a monkey. But I guess that yeah, and then his arms are kind of long, so that kind of gives him that appearance. But yeah,
this is Moses, right?
Yes, Moses Perkins.
Do you know where he came from, or how he ended up here?
I don't know. The sheriff, sorry, the mayor. He's I don't know. He's the one who put all this thing together. So I don't know. He must know him from somewhere.
Interesting. All right. I won't jump on any rides I don't pay for.
Yeah.
Smooth Deputy Spencer.
Oh my god.
Wait, so you did? You went on the hayride before this, right?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta grab your pumpkin.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay, which one will I pick? Any, mini, miny, mo. This is the pumpkin I will take.
Go.
Whoa, pumpkin. Okay.
All right, we'll come back to the other group.
Oh, okay. That's where we're gonna end it. That's a great.
Oh my
transition.
god.
You arrive at the house. What do you guys do? Like, you see a light on, like, in the kitchen.
I mean, the man called Rolf would probably charge into the front door, and go straight to where he saw, what was it? Like you said something orange?
A flash of orange.
That's right. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so the man called Rolf runs into the door and he just, like, collides into it. He just
Damn it.
falls down.
Oh my god, like a sitcom.
Olaf opens it for him.
We're behind
Well,
him.
it's locked, but like as you're kind of recovering from it, somebody walks to the door and opens it, and you see Benjamin Geist. He's a teacher at the high school.
Do we know him?
Just like you know who he is, but you don't know him personally. No. Can I help you?
The man called Rolf is kind of sprawled on his doorstep, kind of tapping his left temple, and he kind of looks up and he goes, "The man called Rolf had a bad feeling something was happening here.
That's when I walk up. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. We thought we saw something like a flash. So I thought it was like a fire that caught onto the house or something. So we're coming here to check on you.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah. Is everything alright in there?
Yeah, I don't have any fires going.
Hey, it's rather chilly outside. Can we come in?
I don't think so. A little girl walks up, like, kind of behind him. Wendy, go back to the kitchen.
Hey there, little girl.
Oh shit!
Can you not talk to my children, please? What are you people doing here? What is this?
We actually came up back from like the pumpkin patch at the request of the mayor. He was asking us to round up all the rest of the town people so that he has like a big announcement to make. So we're walking out here to gather people. Well, you're one of them, as are your children. So yeah, why don't you head back with us to the festival?
Roll manipulate someone.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't like this. I have terrible stats. Oh wow,
You'll be fine.
why am I learning it here? Help! Someone help! Help! No one? Someone, come on!
How are they gonna help?
Can we help?
I don't know, convince them.
Come up with a way to help.
The man called Rolf kind of gets on his knees and he looks imploringly at the child and he says, "Young child, you must go to the pumpkin patch to pick the best pumpkin."
He kind of moves in front, like between you and the girl. He's like, "We already picked our pumpkin tonight. If that'll be all, we're gonna go carve it." He closes the door.
Fuck!
I get 2 experience points. I failed. Yes.
Oh my god.
Can we sort of sneak into their backyard
Well,
to
so
the
that-
side?
Oh,
God.
I want to make sure nothing explodes and they'll die. I want to look into the window. Yeah, can I just do
so
that?
these are
Is there
like
a
a lot
window
of
overlooking
these are like a lot of like rural homes where they've kind of got just like a chain link fence around the property. But towards the back, it just like the chain link fence kind of ends like at the woods. So like that, it's got like the back. It's back to the woods. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So can I
it
sort of
makes
go
sense, yeah.
around, like, and look through? Actually, can I go around and try to see if there's anything invisible in that area?
Okay. Well, when you go back around, roll read about situation.
Oh, that's an 8. I saw that 1 in red. That's good.
So you hold 2 or 3.
I hold
I think it's 2, right?
2. Yes. Yeah. So 1 plus 1. Yeah. I also see invisible things.
Yeah, you don't see anything invisible.
All right. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yeah.
All right. Out of character, there are a couple of questions I can ask. What's the biggest threat, or what's the best way to protect the victims? What do you guys think?
Let's say protect the victims.
Yeah.
But we also need to know what we're protecting it from. So.
Yeah, because if I feel like Julio will be like, the best way to protect the victims is to get them out of the house. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. Yeah,
I'd say we at least should know what we're protecting them
let's
from.
go with that.
Yeah.
So my second question is, what's the biggest threat?
So as you're kind of skulking around the backyard, you see through the kitchen window because they have the light on in there, so you can see in. And they're about to carve the pumpkin, and you get a horrible feeling about the pumpkin. That's the biggest threat.
Okay, so I do have a horrible feeling. Would that be what do you call it? Metagaming if me or my character realizes something more than you explain?
No, I mean,
Is that
you
right?
have all the information that you have, so...
Okay. I run back and I tell them, like, guys, I have a feeling the reason we all are picking pumpkins is that somehow the pumpkins are getting connected to us, and these guys are about to cut into one of the pumpkins, which could end up killing someone, like some voodoo magic. We should probably stop them.
You should find a way to save
The
the
man
family.
called Rolf pulls out his .38 revolver and fires
Oh
to
my
break one of the
fucking
windows in the house.
Could just shot
Fuck.
into the sky, dude!
If the kid dies, I'm killing Ralph.
roll act under pressure.
You shoot one of the children. Oh my god.
Please, dice, come on.
And they please die.
Ooh, shit! That's a
no.
3.
Oh no!
That poor child.
You're gonna leave it like that?
It was something, man. Use luck or something. I don't know.
Is it possible for us to react to him trying to shoot?
No. I mean, unless you can figure out a help out action
Fuck
somehow.
it, I'm gonna use
Gonna
it.
shoot
I'm
him
gonna
instead.
burn a luck.
How many do you have left?
I've got 2 left.
Fuck.
Oh
Okay.
man, we're so fucked.
Alright. So in that case, you fire. And, you kind of fire at an angle to where the bullet would go out of the house still. Like through the window and out, or like hit a wall or whatever.
Yeah.
So you fire and the window shatters, and you see more lights turn on, and a bunch of dogs start barking all over the place. What do you guys do?
I just sort of like snatch the gun away from him, just throw in a random bush or something.
Fuck.
The man called Rolf jumps through the now busted window,
Oh my god!
Oh, this
fuck.
guy! Oh my
and he grabs the pumpkin and runs back out with it.
That's gonna be another act under pressure roll.
Oh, fuck.
I
Olaf.
look at Damien.
Where's Olaf? Ow.
I just look at Damien and I'm like, got to get the fuck out of here, man.
I rolled a 5.
Olaf, when the man called Rolf jumps through the window, you see him and you see everything that he's doing, and you think of what your relationship is, and you realize that there's really only one way that you can always be there to protect him.
There's only one way.
And you remember the forge.
Just to confirm, where are we?
Where we remember?
No, I know we're like at a place, but like which
We're in
place?
the town. It's a random neighborhood.
No, we're at a place.
We're in the middle of the suburbs.
You're just in a random neighborhood. You went to this random house that they got a hunch about.
How far is the Winter's funeral home from here?
Yes.
It's a couple blocks.
Oh, okay, not too far. Okay.
I'm gonna run over there to the forge. To my
And
lair.
as the man called Rolf is trying to jump in and grab the pumpkin, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Is it
So you
possible
failed
for
again.
me to help his roll? Like,
you rolled a
Oh,
5?
Yeah.
he rolled a 5. So if
How
both
are you
me
helping
and
out?
Damien work. So I break into the door. It's like, oh my gosh, someone's shooting outside. Take cover. So that duck.
Okay, roll help out.
What was that again?
I
Oh,
think
cool. I have
It's
0.
It's cool.
9.
Nice.
Okay, 9.
9.
Okay, Damien, you gotta help out too.
Your help
because
grants them +1, so it's still a failure. So
Damien.
Damien is gonna have to do something too.
Alright.
And then also you expose yourself to trouble again, which, I mean, that goes without saying. You jumped into the house too. So, Damien, what are
If
you
I
doing to help out?
He has no
let's see.
idea
So
what's
what
going
he's doing is pretty much putting a cover so that we're not in too much trouble. So I was gonna do pretty much the same thing, and
I'm pretty
Go
much
with it and
deflecting
say,
blame.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, go with it and say, oh my god, there's gunfire. We should probably get the kids to safety, and tell everyone to get out of the house.
I hope did you see the gunman, Damien?
No, but I heard the shots.
Okay,
Oh, we need to take cover. This is terrible.
roll help out, Damien.
Please pass. Please.
I think you have
Please.
bonus to
So
cool,
wait, what's
so
that? Plus what?
it's plus cool.
Plus cool,
I think
right?
you have a bonus
Alright.
to that too. So yeah, you have +2 to cool.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
okay.
you better not fail, dude.
fuck, dude.
Or burn a luck.
That's true. He hasn't really used luck. So
Yeah.
Who hasn't used luck is freaking Neal.
yeah.
Dude, every time I mean to, I always forget.
Ha.
I've been trying to kill myself with luck for like the
Yes.
longest time.
Oh,
That's
Holy
okay.
shit! Nice. All right.
Holy crap.
So when Rudius jumps in, they're still freaking out, and like the guy's like going to the phone to call the police or something, and he's like, hiding his girl behind him. But when Damien comes in and he, looks like a professional, like some sort of government agent or something, he hesitates more. He's like, what's going on? Was somebody shooting?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
from
we
the
heard
FBI.
shooting
There's
outside.
some
I would
gunshots
suggest
outside.
you take the kids outside right now, as they
Huh?
might be in trouble.
What? There's a gunman outside. Please take the kids outside.
Should we go hide somewhere in the house?
Do you have an attic or a basement?
There's a basement.
Yeah, go in there now.
Come on, Wendy. He picks her up and he runs down to the basement.
In there, right?
Do you have any other family members who need to help?
No, that's it's just me and Wendy.
Alright, keep her safe.
That's when I go up to Rolf, grab the pumpkin, and just throw it out the window. Not super hard that it will like fucking splatter everywhere. Just sort of like it's not there. Just toss it out the window. I'm like, we probably should get out of here.
Okay, you do that. You toss the pumpkin out the window. So what do you guys do now?
So the man called Rolf is gonna run over to where the pumpkin landed.
Oh my freaking god!
And he's going to attempt to see bread to get more insight on the pumpkin.
Even pumpkin from hell.
I should have just had Olaf steal the pumpkin.
I rolled a 10, so I'm holding +2.
He's lying,
holding
dude.
2. Let's see. So do I see any weaknesses in the pumpkin?
A pumpkin.
Where it's carved?
Yeah, you do see a weakness in the pumpkin. You could probably smash it.
Okay.
I'll smash.
Ask if you see something invisible or whatever it was.
What is being concealed here with the pumpkin?
Your red sight shows you what's inside the pumpkin, and it looks like a congealed, writhing mass of vines within it.
Fuck.
One pissed off group.
The man called Rolf thinks we should burn the pumpkin instead of smashing it.
Why do you say that? What do you say?
There are vines within it.
So, okay.
The pumpkin,
yeah,
sir.
I don't know if it's metagaming or not. I'm gonna say that again, but remember what we did with the goblin, where with the information we have, we tried to figure out what kind of monsters it is. Can we do that? Like, from the information we had? Like the red tether and the vines?
We're fighting a Twizzler monster.
Yeah, you can roll for investigate a mystery.
Alright, I'll try to do that, see if I can. 7.
Nice.
Alright, so you hold one.
I get to ask what magic was done here? The first question. Or like the free question.
Wait, what?
I have forensic divination.
Yeah, no magic was done here, but thinking back, well, you didn't see the tether. That's the thing. So no magic was done here.
But Harley, Rolf actually described the tether to us. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, the tether just kind of makes you think that Moses is a thrall of some kind.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
But in terms of the creature itself, there is no magic.
And what sort of creature is it?
It's some sort of breeder. This thing that's in front of you isn't connected to the main creature, but it's some sort of spawn of the creature. In terms of what creature specifically it is, it's nothing you've ever seen.
Oh, I just say then, it's not something I've ever encountered or ever read about. I don't know if it's safe to burn it, but I do know that it's something sort of like a spawn of whatever creature was controlling Moses. It's blind luck at this point. Do you guys want to burn it or not?
You hear a police car approaching. Like, you hear the sirens getting closer.
The man called Rolf.
Probably go to the funeral home.
The man called Rolf thinks we should burn it quickly and leave.
Just do it.
Let's just do it.
What are you burning it with?
Didn't you have a lighter, Davian?
I had a lighter, yeah.
Have you ever tried to light a pumpkin on fire? You know you light fires inside of pumpkins, right?
Suspense of disbelief.
I mean, Rolf has magic. Maybe it can amplify it or something. I don't know.
You forget the man called Rolf's magic is weakened. If anyone should do it, it's Rudius.
I have no fire magic. Can I try to do that? Anyway?
Okay.
You can try to maybe
friction in the... Yeah, create friction in the wind molecules to heat it up. And
you could create like a wind pocket around it so that the fire burns more intensely.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Just make a pocket of like oxygen or something.
Yeah.
Okay, roll use magic and say your incantation.
Ah.
Yeah.
I look up of incantation.
Wow, just come up with one.
Humbug, humbug.
Oh, he said.
Apis igniferae. 15.
Fuck!
Jesus.
The pumpkin catches fire almost instantly, and Damien has to step back after using the lighter to actually light it. The extra effect is that the fire is completely contained, and even though it's like literally sitting on a dried out lawn, it doesn't spread whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you hear just a faint, like, little screech from the pumpkin, and within seconds, it's ashes.
Now that that's done, we need to fucking go back home.
We are out.
The man called Rolf thinks perhaps we need to seek out the other seeds as well. The other
Not
pumpkins.
right now.
Yeah.
The sirens are right around the corner.
Yeah, no.
We're
Let's
going
go
to
back
the
home
funeral
and figure what's going on then, and we need to finish your training, because I have a feeling we need to do that before the night is over.
Yeah.
At the mention of training, the man called Rolf starts tapping his left temple.
Alright,
Come
so
on,
you
man.
guys
It's
head
to
over
help
to
you.
the funeral home. Esmeralda,
Oh, she's here, forgot.
you're gonna arrive at the funeral home. Did you pick a pumpkin?
I didn't leave the pumpkin patch.
Okay, so we're still at the pumpkin patch then.
I know what I'm gonna do. So, is Sheriff Coslow going to the house?
He has no reason to go to the house. Oh.
Please
the
don't
gunshot
give it a
wound.
reason.
What? You're talking about the house that they went to?
Yes.
No. She wouldn't really know anything about that.
Okay, then I'm just going to go to the funeral home then with my pumpkin. I'm just
We have
gonna go
another
to the funeral home with my pumpkin.
We use our comms link to tell her that, hey, the pumpkins are... I'm joking.
No, I don't think so. Alright, so you guys like had just arrived into the funeral
We're
home.
into the funeral home, right?
And you're
We got there?
yeah, you guys are right inside the foyer when Esmeralda walks in, and what happens?
Hi guys, look at this amazing pumpkin I got. I named it Stella.
No. And the man called
I
Rolf
threw that
runs
away.
up to
I'm
her
like,
and
get
yanks
that
the pumpkin
demon
out of
away
her
from me.
hands.
What? That's my pumpkin.
It's a monstrous
That's a spawn
spawn!
of Satan.
It's a pumpkin.
Evil.
It's a
I have
pumpkin.
There are vines inside, and he kind of
Can I
shakes
try
it
to
in front of
just-
her face.
Can I just try to
There's
combust
seeds
it too?
inside and little strandy noodly things because it's a pumpkin.
Can I try to
It's
combust
a
it
demon
again
pumpkin.
Well, Rolf is holding it.
in his hand?
Yeah.
Too evil, sir.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh,
Hey, bonus. We have a
All right.
bonus effect.
Yeah, he
Maybe
doesn't
doesn't
get
hurt you.
burned, so okay. The pumpkin combusts, and but it doesn't burn like the other one. This one just kind of engulfs in flame and like shrivels into itself, and like you can hear like the crackling of all the guts inside of it and stuff. And it's like once Rolf realizes that it's actually on fire, he like drops it, and as it falls on the ground, it kind of like splats, and the like the fire kind of slowly like whittles down and goes away. And you just see like a bunch of pumpkin guts and stuff, and I guess roasted pumpkin seeds.
Esmeralda goes up to the pumpkin and she like examines it to see if it really was possessed or anything.
I felt
Wait,
like
does
having
this
roasted
make a
pumpkin
sound?
tonight. Sorry.
It looks like a regular pumpkin.
I think that the pumpkins is fine, guys.
I'm so sorry. I'm a bit high strung. Like
The man
ran
called
through
Rolf
a
is confused,
situation.
and he starts tapping his left temple again.
Oh, that reminds me.
No.
Come with me, Rolf. I sort of just drag him upstairs to the bathroom.
All right.
It sounds bad. I know.
You did it wrong.
oh my.
Shh.
All right.
Don't- I look back and yell, "Don't interrupt us!"
Oh.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa.
I think we should leave the kids alone for now.
Oh, then I turned to Damien before he leave. Give me your lighter.
Okay. I handle my lighter.
Okay. So, as soon as we go in, I lock the door and it's dark, right? But
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you see like this blue flame in one spot of the bathroom, then another, and there's a bunch of them So there's a bunch of candles everywhere. And when I light them up, they glow blue rather than the regular yellow. And there's a pentagram on the ground. And right beside it is the bathtub. And I plug it up. I turn the faucet on until there's about an inch of water in the faucet. Then I look to Rolf and sit in there.
Sit in that faucet.
The Man Called Rolf is
bathtub.
tapping his left temple, and he says, "The Man Called Rolf would like to know why."
I'm trying to help you control your magic better. Maybe so that you don't
Rudius, you feel kind of strange for a second, and you have a sudden outburst. You just yell at him, but it comes out in a familiar voice that seems to come from you and your crystal at the same time, and it yells out,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. But listen to me, you need to do it now, because the restraints on Alan is weakening, and you need to have more control over your powers before he comes out. Do it now.
The Man Called Rolf is kind of giving Rudius a bit of a shifty glance, but he...
Actually, Rudius, go ahead and roll Manipulate someone.
Ooh.
Hunt. I'm gonna fail this.
Oh, barely passed.
Nice. So you mark experience if you do it. Rolf.
So the Man Called Rolf kind of is giving him a shifty look, like he's not sure whether to trust Rudius or not, but he recalls all the times him and Rudius have bonded, and all the times Rudius has saved his ass, and the Man Called Rolf just decides to go along with it, and he gets into the bathtub.
Alright, now, close your eyes. Don't open until I tell you to, alright?
The Man Called Rolf closes his eyes.
I start the shower, I guess, but at a really low rate, so that it drips one drop of water every 5 seconds or so. And I stay silent. And then you just feel a drip on your head. Then drip. 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 It goes on for a few minutes, and there's complete silence and just a blue hue you can see through your eyelids. And I say, you may open your eyes.
The Man Called Rolf opens his eyes.
What does he see, Rudius?
First off, he's not in a bathroom. He is in a damp area. It's pretty dark, but there's an ambient blue glow. And he doesn't see Rudius. But he can hear him in his mind. Then he notices that the whole surface is sort of uneven, it's natural, it's rock. And he looks around, he realizes he's in a cave, then he hears a rumble. He sees the walls of the cave slowly moving, then a crash. He looks up, there are dozens of stalactites hanging from the ceiling, and one of them, about 5 meters away from him, crashed into the ground.
The Man Called Rolf, what do you do?
And I sort of whisper, survive.
The Man Called Rolf attempts to run away from the collapsing rocks in the cavern.
The more you run away, the closer the stalactites get. And with the walls of the cavern closing in, you quickly run out of space of where to run. You see one large stalactite, or mite, or whichever one is the one that hangs from the ceiling. Tight, cool. One big one, and it's positioned right above you. There's nowhere else to run. You see it start to snap from the ceiling.
The Man Called Rolf kind of reaches... He in his mind, he is begging for that stalactite to stay put, and he kind of reaches out his hand to it, almost as if to hold it up.
I don't know if that came through, but...
Yeah, it did.
The stalactite cracks, and it begins to fall straight for you. With your hand outstretched, you channel the energy within you. You hold it. The walls begin to move away from you again. The stalactite holds in place, and as you hold it, you see it kind of start to shift and morph. And you realize that the cavern is transforming too. The cavern is becoming more familiar. You realize it's the catacombs from beneath you. And what you're holding is not a stalactite anymore. It's a dagger.
Oh, I was gonna say dick.
God damn it!
Way to break the tension.
You get an extremely familiar feeling from this dagger. A familial bond, almost. And what does this dagger look like?
Yes, I can
Olaf?
describe it. Okay. So, the dagger's like an obsidian shard, but it's got ornate, like, hand on, hilt? Hilt? Is that the...
Yeah.
Like, the hilt, it's not like one of those, like, wide ones that, gets away from, like, the... It's sort of like how gladiuses have, like, the contained, like... It's sort of in
just
line
kinda like,
with the blade.
Yeah, they just kind of
almost.
continue. It, like, tapers.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's sort of, like, almost hollow in the center. It's got, like, a circle, and, like, there's a spectral, like, eye, and, the handle's wrapped in leather. The metal is, kind of cold to the touch,
what color
but
is the leather?
steel.
What color is the leather?
A grayish.
Okay.
Color of his skin.
Ha.
And does he recognize the eye?
Yeah, it's got, like, that sort of, like, Draugr flame to it. And it's moving around.
What the fuck?
Just to keep an eye on you for the rest of his eternal
Oh no.
existence.
And it kind of, like, blinks at you.
The Man Called Rolf kind of blinks back at it.
He winks back with one eye.
Now we can be together forever.
Rudy, as you realize that this is happening, what do you do?
Like, am I in the catacombs too, or?
No, I mean,
it's-
you're controlling this whole, like, vision, but you didn't plan this stuff. Like, there's something else is going on here.
I actually let it continue, because to me
Okay.
it seems like it's something inside his psyche. He has to figure it out. It's part of the whole thing.
The Man Called Rolf kind of falls to his knees because he believes that some evil magic has befallen Olaf, and this is all that remains of Olaf, and he's like holding the dagger to his chest, and he's completely sobbing as he thinks that Olaf is gone.
Ow, don't poke my eye.
Oh my god.
The Man Called Rolf, you're poking my eye. Please, stop. No, really.
The Man Called Rolf like kind of like suddenly like just kind of holds the knife out in front of him, and he's studying it very closely, but the Man Called Rolf wants to know, Olaf, are you alive?
I was never alive.
And with that, the vision starts to fade.
What the fuck?
Find me.
Alright, so, Esmeralda and Damien, what are you two doing?
I'm kinda hesitant because, like,
Okay, so Esmeralda, what are you doing then?
I was examining the rest of
What are you examining about?
to
Like,
see if there was anything even wrong with it.
No, it looks like a regular pumpkin.
I was just eating the pieces.
I decide to just go to my room and take a nap.
Okay, Damien?
I'm researching through most of my, like, the agency's information about just random monsters while eating pieces of the pumpkin. After we can deduce that it's a normal pumpkin for now.
Yeah, it's a regular pumpkin.
Yeah, okay. I'll just continue.
Okay.
Olaf realizes he forgot to get his pumpkin.
Too late now.
The night passes. Rudius and the Man Called Rolf, does this take all night?
It actually does take all night. For him, it seems like it has been like 10-15 minutes, but in real time, there's been about like 7 to 8 hours time.
Okay.
That it go.
Yeah, I feel like when the Man Called Rolf is coming out of the trance, the sun is just coming up.
Cool, yeah. The Winter's funeral home is quiet, with everyone just kind of sleeping. And as the sun comes up, you all wake up kind of at the same time, feeling pretty well rested despite a few of you actually being awake most of the night. What does everybody do?
after I clean up the bathroom, I go to Damien's room to talk to him about his part of the training. I knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's your cousin. It's your cuz.
Hey, cousin!
Come in.
Hey,
Oh,
cousin,
no.
it's me.
It's Roman!
Oh,
You want to
no.
go bowling?
Fucking Christ.
I'm like, hey man, like, I just finished my part of the training with Rolf, and I believe it helped. Can't really know for sure until Alan breaks his restraints, but do you need any help with yours?
I feel like
Yeah, I have an idea of what I can do to help Rolf.
What is it?
Can you do illusions or like anything? Can you make him see things like in a trance or whatnot?
Okay, but do you want him to be physically there with you, or is he gonna be reacting in his mind?
Reacting
In his mind or physically?
in his mind.
Yeah, that's sort of what I did, but I can do that, yeah. It's called an astral matrix.
Can you make him relive memories?
Probably, yeah. If you have like a
Alright.
trigger for a particular...
Yes.
Are you going to tell me what exactly you want me to do? Or... How about
I was
this?
thinking-
You join into the ritual with me. After I introduce him to the astral matrix, I'll let you take control through me.
Oh, I can do that? I thought you have to have like knowledge of the
I
mystic
will hold
arts.
the structure of the matrix. I'll give you the minimum amount of control to show him what you want him to see.
Alright. Okay.
Yes. When do you want to do it?
As soon as he's ready. If he's ready now.
Assuming he's still cleaning up. Is he ready?
I feel like the man called Rolf, after cleaning up the bathroom, he went to his room and he's sort of brooding over what he saw, and he's worried about what's going to befall Olaf if this vision comes to pass.
Sort of yell, "Hey, Rolf! Damien wants you!"
And the man called Rolf is slowly tapping on his left temple, and then he kind of
I
stops.
forgot to mention,
Oh.
after the training with Rudius, remove your paranoia tag.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's gonna help so much. Yes. I like that better than he does.
Oh
So
my
literally it's just down to poor impulse control now. Okay. So the man called Rolf we see him kinda slowly tapping the side of his head. And as he hears Rudius calling out for him, the finger kinda stops on the side of his head. And he gets up from his bed and goes to find Rudius.
Can I sort of screw with the appearance of your character? Okay, so when he walks in, he looks a bit different. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's like he's not as hunched over anymore. His shoulders are broader than before. He's standing up straighter, like he's more confident, not as scared of the world. But he sort of reminds me of Alan.
I love this. That's awesome. Okay. Esmeralda, you wake up too, and you're just kind of hearing them, shuffling around the halls, and you can kind of hear them talking, like through the wall, just kind of muffled. What do you do?
I decide to go ahead and go sit in, or like try to watch the training.
Yeah, well, where did you want this to happen, Damien? Do you want to go do it in the attic, or?
I would say somewhere with a bit more space, so...
And could you give me a hint to as what kind of environment he's going to be in, or is it going to be directly going into his memories?
He's gonna go into his memories with slight alterations to a few of the elements in it.
Alright, okay. I have an idea then. Let's go to the attic, I guess. It does have a bit more space than just that room, I guess. Plus, we'll be sitting the whole time. We go up to the attic. Esmeralda.
And I follow to watch.
Yeah.
The group heads up, and Esmeralda, you find like an old ottoman, I guess. It's like covered in like a sheet, and you just sit down on that. As the three other members are just kind of huddled around or near the makeshift altar.
All of us are here?
Yeah.
Can Olaf do something?
Yeah, Olaf, what do you want to do?
Olaf emerges from his lair and he goes to the kitchen and grabs a gallon of milk. And he joins everyone.
Gross. Okay. Olaf just
Hello.
walks in.
The man called Rolf, upon seeing Olaf, literally runs up to him and engulfs him in a hug.
Oh, when you said engulf, I was thinking your mouth for some
Oh, shit!
Oh my god.
Oh, stop, you're poking my eye!
Damn, boy.
Oh, nice.
No, Ralph, stop it. You're poking my eye.
The man called Rolf's hand, it just happened to be up towards Olaf's face, and the man called Rolf is just like the hand just kind of it's flexing a little bit, just kind of he went, oh, and it kind of reaches down towards his back.
Oh, I thought you were saying something else. Sorry, I'm having a dirty mind moment.
Bunch of smutty-minded people.
All right. What happens next?
Alright. Well, you
No,
ready?
I thought.
Is everyone here? Because I was gonna start,
Olaf, you're not gonna do anything else?
Olaf chugs his milk.
I think he just wanted Olaf to join the group.
Oh, okay, alright.
fucking done.
Alright, so,
The man called Rolf returns to the middle of the room.
yeah, I take a chalk from one of my little desks or whatever, and I draw a quick pentagram. It's a bit rough, but I'll do the trick. Rolf, sit on it.
The man called Rolf sits on it.
Give
So
me
she
your
said-
hand. I sit in front of him cross-legged, and I hold both of his hands. And then I look at Damien. Kneel behind me and put both of your arms on my shoulder. One right
I
on
do
right.
as he says.
Everyone close your eyes. As they do, I sort of whisper, Intra libri astra. And for me, Damien, and Rolf, everything for a moment goes all bright white. And then Rolf is in a place, which Damien is going to explain, because I gave him the control. I know where he is. Where is he?
And the end, Olaf and Esmeralda are in spectate mode.
I can still talk in the real world and if you guys want to sort of witness what's going on the inside, feel free to just put your hands on my shoulder too.
Alright, Rolf, you're gonna slowly open your eyes, but as he does, the white background goes pitch black, and it feels like he's in a forest. Not just a forest, but the clearing where we had our first case in Sam's Landing, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Where we murdered the mayor.
And the tone is pretty much the same as it was that day where Olaf decided to cops and those.
Oh, that clearing. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, but as he starts to look around, he can hear a voice calling out to him. The voice of a little girl.
Mother!
Shut the fuck up.
Get the fuck out of here.
And it's calling Rolf towards the edge of a cliff.
The man called Rolf
Do you want to follow?
cautiously moves towards that cliff.
As he draws closer, the voice gets louder, and behind him, Sarah Miller.
He kind of flinches upon seeing her.
Remembering also that, Rolf, you've kind of let go of the guilt. So this time when you see her, it's kind of in a different sense.
The man called Rolf flinches initially, but then he remembers that this probably isn't really Sarah Miller, so he kind of calmly stands up straighter and he says, Sarah Miller, what is your presence here?
The girl points directly towards Rolf, and as she does so, blood starts, it's pretty much crying blood, and she points towards Rolf, but behind Rolf is slowly emerging is the demon thing we fought when we were up against the mayor.
Namtar.
And I'm not exactly sure what kind of sounds he makes, so yeah, he's
Just
just
kinda
doing
like,
it.
Yeah,
he
pretty
starts
much.
doing that.
The man called Rolf sees Namtar, and he reflexively puts his hand on the .38 revolver that he used to kill Namtar, and he's giving a very steely look towards the demon, and he says, "The man called Rolf killed you once before, he can do it again."
As the demon approaches Rolf, it says in his own voice, "You will fail, just like you failed the mayor."
You will fail, just like you failed.
Your friends, and it shows images of the group.
Friends.
And in the end, it says the little girl, and instead of Sarah Miller, it shows the girl of the one we met during the pumpkin incident.
Oh,
And instead of just Namtar now, it also shows the... What were we up against when we were going through
You
the
fought a
fake...
vampire, gremlin, and
Yeah.
the frog lady.
The frog things. Yeah, they start to appear and pretty much surround Rolf. What does Rolf do?
I feel like at this moment, we kind of, not so much like actually using the power, but he kind of reflexively starts applying the red, or starts seeing red at the edges of his eyes, like visually. And he sees all these familiar enemies and the visions of his friends being hurt or dead, and he draws the .38 revolver and he channels his anger and sorrow into the bullet, and he fires at Namtar.
That thought flashes, but you realize you're still holding the gun upright. You haven't actually fired. Because as the red kind of flows from the edges to the center of your eyes, the kind of landscape before you of all of these creatures and enemies and people that you've met, as the red comes over them, they start disappearing as if they're not actually there, so you're able to see what's actually there. And as it finishes and covers your entire eyes and engulfs Namtar, you realize it's not Namtar. You were pointing the gun at yourself.
The man called Rolf holds the .38 revolver level, holsters the .38 revolver.
As you do that, everything around you kind of squiggles into nothingness, and you're back in the attic.
whew, that was a trip. Good job.
The man called
Oh,
Rolf
well,
kind of
Rolf.
stumbles onto it. Oh wait, no, he's already sitting down. So he kind of just collapses onto the floor and is staring at the ceiling.
Good, buddy?
How do you feel? Well,
Remove your poor impulse control test.
Oh shit! Okay.
he's a complete man. He's a complete man.
Rolf is evolving.
Not quite yet.
Never mind.
The crystal holding Alan starts shaking violently.
Guys, I don't think I can hold him in anymore.
Well, it's not
You're
never.
goddamn
Hopefully
right.
it's
You
ready.
can't hold me anymore.
He
It
bursts
ripped,
out as the crystal falls to the floor.
Oh, that
But
person
this,
empty no Farhan.
it kind of bounces off of him, and you realize it bounces off of him. He's physical in front of all of you, including the man called Rolf.
How are you corporeal? What the? Has he got stronger?
Who
There
is
is
this?
much you do not know about me, Rudius Stargazer.
He has a brother?
Well, what I do know, my friend Rolf is much stronger than you think he is.
That is utter nonsense. He has always needed
Rolf,
me.
what do you do?
The man called Rolf is staring at this apparition that looks so alien and yet so familiar. And with how threatening it is to his friends, he would normally be very much wanting to just hurt the creature. But instead of that, he slowly stands up. And as Alan starts going on monologue about how he is always essential to Rolf, the man called Rolf just kind of stands up, walks right up to him, and reaches out a hand and slaps Alan.
How does Alan react?
Alan is completely gobsmacked, and his head is just kind of turned up.
And Rolf smacked.
Huh?
And Rolf smacked.
Yeah, and Rolf smacked. and he just kind of, his head is just kind of hanging there for a moment, and he slowly turns his head back to face Rolf, and he says, "So, you have gotten stronger. Perhaps you don't need me anymore. But still, I think perhaps it's better if I watch simply from the shadows." And I feel like we see Alan just dissolve into particles of shadow.
As he turns into the particles of shadow, they shoot into the man called Rolf.
Ooh, okay.
And you don't feel your weakness of magic anymore. So your magic expected.
Yay!
One is gone.
Oh my god.
You're not OP anymore.
I go up to Rolf and sort of just slap him in the back and like, "You're a full man now." I'm proud of you, brother.
And Rolf kind of stands up straight, and he looks very different from before, and he just says, I feel new.
It's not talking third person?
Yeah, I was like, my eyes sort of widened too. Then I sort of smile. You finally learn how to speak properly.
I suppose so, yeah.
Oh my god, they grow up so fast.
Welcome home, my friend.
And Rolf just kind of reaches out and embraces them all.
Yes, his arms have also grown quite a bit. So you embrace all of them at the same time.
Oh my god.
The camera kind of pans out, and it seems like we're going to go into the credits. But then the camera zooms back to the entrance of the Winter's Funeral Home, or like the outside, like the front door. And just like before, this vision took a lot longer than you thought. You hear the doorbell, or you don't have a doorbell, but you hear the door, you hear somebody at the door.
Should probably go see what it is, and we do have a monster we need to get rid of. Let's save the town again, you know?
Rolf nods confidently.
We, as a group, walk down to go answer the door, I'm assuming.
As you open the door, you see a vampire, and a werewolf, and a witch,
Oh, fuck!
and a goblin.
Oh, trick-or-treaters! And
Trick-or-treat!
Esmeralda gets the candy and gives them candy.
I
You got me for a second. I was like,
I was about to kill them too, dude. I was gonna be like, "Oh, the last pieces of the dagger are here."
Esmeralda comes back with the candy.
I
already said I gave it to them. I gave them the candy.
Surprised she didn't eat it herself.
I feel like...
Thank you! And they all walk off. And you realize it's about, it's like dusk, maybe like 6, 7-ish.
I know we had sort of a long day, but probably should take care of whatever is trying to take over the town, you know.
There are still pumpkins we have to take care of, yes?
Definitely.
Yes, and whatever's spawning.
I'm not convinced there's anything wrong with the pumpkins, but okay.
Who didn't see what we saw?
Yes, I will admit the pumpkin I destroyed, which was yours, was a completely mundane pumpkin, but we did see one that was a bit more supernatural.
Which bears the question, why was it only in that specific house? And what connection does it have to the vine we saw, to the thread I saw in the forest?
Well, the answer is in only one place. The forest.
A house? Okay, that's it.
Shall we?
I suppose we have no choice.
I'm just gonna save the town.
Badass action when I walk towards the forest.
Yeah, just like a slow stride.
And it's pretty badass, except for that there's like trick-or-treaters walking like in front of the camera, and like
we're walking slow, but they're like walking regular speed around us.
What the hell's wrong with these old people?
All of us are wearing I'm wearing a cat costume. There's like a mime.
Scarecrow.
An undead cowboy.
Yup.
A clown, and what was Damien?
A
A
scarecrow.
scarecrow, yeah.
Scarecrow.
A sexy scarecrow.
Oh my god.
A tengu.
That's a crow. Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
Scarecrow, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, we go to the forest, the part of the forest where we encountered the crazy vines or whatever, the branches.
Alright, well, you arrive at the pumpkin patch / hayride area, and it's pretty much the same scene as yesterday, except for it's obviously a lot more busy tonight because it's actually Halloween. What do you guys do?
Do I see the Moses guy yet?
You don't see him around.
What about Coslow?
Kozlo's there.
Sheriff, where's Moses, the organizer?
I don't know. I guess he's giving a hayride.
Does he do all the drives? Does he have an assistant or anything?
Well, I think there's 2 trucks. He's got to have somebody else with him.
Have you seen anything unusual tonight?
Other than you guys? No.
Hey, Sheriff Coslet, do you think anything looks different about our buddy, Rolf? Maybe he looks a bit more attractive, handsome, confident.
Rolf kind of rolls his eyes.
Well, he hasn't berated me about going into the woods, so I guess that's a difference.
And he hasn't called you Star Lady.
However, Sheriff
Yeah.
Coslow, I still think you should avoid the woods for now.
She kind of looks a little taken aback when you talk. Like she wasn't expecting that from you.
No one was.
She swoons and just falls on my face.
Not particularly.
The man called Rolf has become Man Rolf.
We burst out laughing in character.
Yeah.
So the man called Rolf does kind of feel like Rolf is a little... It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like that's his name. And that's probably part of the reason why he stopped using it in the third person, because it's not... It doesn't sound right. It's not his.
I turned to Rolf now that you're much literally a new man, would you like to call yourself something?
I'm not sure. Perhaps Rolf is no longer alive, in a sense. But neither am I Alan. As I said, I feel new.
How about Roland?
Oh my god!
Oh, wow! That could not have been planned. Jeez.
You know what? I like it. Let's go with it.
Roland, no.
God damn.
Okay, I don't know what you people are talking about. Just, are we done here?
Are you talking to us? Oh, Cosmo! Yeah, we're done, Sheriff. Sorry, we are having sort of a private moment. Sorry about wasting your time.
She walks off.
Shall we go inspect the pumpkins? What do you say, Roland?
I suppose there's no time better than the present.
Go to the pumpkin patches, and we inspect them very carefully.
Olaf
Yeah.
finds a big enough pumpkin and he plops it on his head.
What the
Oh
fuck?
my fucking god.
And he goes over, he
Oh,
goes
no.
around, I'm the Pumpkin King. Ha ha ha.
Fucking fun.
He seems to be very cheery today, but do I see any writhing vines in any of the pumpkins? Using my third eye.
Read a bad situation, and whoever else is inspecting the pumpkins, roll your respective things.
Okay.
So investigate a mystery and all that.
Okay.
I'm gonna see red.
Yeah, thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, you gave me this new ability. Why would I not use it?
Pumpkin.
He's just spamming this shit,
I
bro.
love that shit, man.
Alright, I've gotten a 9. So, 1 plus the...
Okay, so what did everybody roll?
I got an 8.
You got a 9?
6.
13.
Olaf, mark experience. Fucking matters. Okay. Roland, you got 13? Fuck,
He's a
okay.
new man.
And then... Okay, so let's start with Esmeralda. You hold 1 for investigate a mystery. What's your
I
question?
thought we were reading a bad situation.
No, you were. Everybody else was
okay,
rolling
okay.
for investigate a mystery and stuff. Because you wanted to use the third eye.
We still don't know what kind of creature it is, right?
No, not exactly.
Okay, so I ask, what kind of creature is this?
So you have a little bit more insight. You have a move that lets you ask a question, right? Okay, well, do you want to roll for the mentor instead, or do you want to roll...
I'll do the mentor, because you just said with the investigative mystery I can't do anything.
Okay. And they're both plus sharp anyway, right? Okay. So you can just use that roll. So 7...
It doesn't do anything.
What do you mean?
Does it? Does it do?
On a 7 or 9, you choose. They're either busy and can't help,
Yeah.
or they answer the question, but you owe a favor.
Okay. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. I'm gonna owe them a favor.
Esmeralda,
Hello, Yerk.
have you meditated?
Yes, I've been meditating a lot.
Good.
I actually have a question for you.
What is it, Esmeralda?
So there's been these weird pumpkin things, and I don't know, apparently the possessed or the monster or something. I'm not really sure what's going on, but do you know anything with pumpkins that might be, some lore or something?
This may be in connection to Samhain. The gourd is important to
That's a
the
god,
harvest.
right?
Yes, Esmeralda. A pumpkin is a gourd.
No,
Gourd.
it's a god. Samhain or whatever?
Samhain is a Wiccan festival, normally on October 31st or November 1st, or the hours between the two.
Could someone be summoning, like a spirit for the pumpkins? Or, I don't know, cause them to do what they're doing?
Not likely, Esmeralda. Samhain is a festival of thanks. These pumpkins may be upset. They may not be receiving the thanks that this spirit of this wood, the atmosphere of it, the feeling of the woods have manifested into these gourd creatures.
Okay, so you're saying because the woods haven't been appreciated, now the pumpkins are angry.
It's a possibility, Esmeralda.
Okay.
Not so fast, Esmeralda.
She tried to get out of it.
Yes.
Oh no.
I require something of you.
Okay.
Your previous subordinates.
Okay, yes.
Your previous subordinates. They've left.
Okay, they left the sect?
They've left the cathedral.
Okay, where have they gone?
That is your quest. Find them. Bring them back to the sect for their punishment.
And then will I be in good standing with the sect?
If you perform this favor, Esmeralda, you will return to your title of chapter leader.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, thank you for your help, Yerk.
Okay.
Oh, I tell everyone what he told me.
You
Tell
gotta
them.
tell us. You can't just relay the information. I've been scolded way too many times.
Oh my god.
Okay. I spoke with Yerk Burnett, whatever, and he said that, what is it called again? Sawan?
You mean like
No,
the
it's
festival?
not.
I think it was Sawan.
Pagan Halloween, pretty much.
Anyways, yeah, there's a festival and it's supposed to give thanks to harvest, and he believes that because people haven't been respecting the woods or they haven't been enjoying the woods, that the pumpkins feel it, and they could possibly be upset about that.
So like some sort of like a spirit of the wood that's upset.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We just have to please the spirit, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, but how do you go about doing that? Slaughter a virgin? That's a bit archaic, huh?
Yeah, depends. Like, each god's repent to different.
Perhaps this
Wait,
has
yeah.
something to do with when we slew the demon in the woods.
Possibly. Maybe I should call my mom. Maybe she would know something about that. Damien, can I have your phone?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, my mom does tend to change her accents quite a bit.
It's because she's
Remembering
constantly...
that your family celebrates Samhain. Okay, so you call her.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Mother, happy Halloween.
Hi, sweetie. I was just practicing my British accent. You know how I love to talk in different accents.
Yeah, you do travel the world. Tends to help a little, huh?
I'm very, worldly.
Yes, you are. I was happy with Halloween, and it's a good day and all, but we're having a rough time here, like...
You know it's Samhain, honey, not Halloween.
Same difference, It's whatever the people believe at the time, but, there's some sort of a spirit of the woods that's upset, and, it's spawning gourds or, pumpkins with, like, things in it, and I have a feeling it's trying to hurt us, hurt the people of this town, and do you happen to know anything about it? Give us a direction?
Yes, the gourds could feel threatened by the way the people have been reacting to the woods, if they haven't been feeling cared for. And you asked if there's something you can do to stop it?
Yes, obviously, like, if we would like to stop the spirit or appease it in any way to help the town.
Yes, so with nature, use what they've been threatened by to hurt them.
Alright, okay. Thank you, Mom. We'll try to see if we can work with that. You and Dad have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Hang up the phone. Look at it, I'm sorry about the awkwardness. I've been always a strange kid. Mom was not always around, But she did give us some hints. Apparently, the pumpkins, or the spirit of the wood, has been feeling threatened, or maybe even jealous of something we have done or made, or I don't really know. And that particular thing could potentially maybe hurt it. Do you guys happen to have any ideas as to what it might be?
Well, it has to be something recent, something built because of the Halloween festivities.
It could be, or like, we did have a lot of incident in the wood lately, in the past year. It could be something related to that. Wouldn't really know.
I was thinking something more recent, but I'm not sure how this creature...
That's a damn question. Yeah. So, you don't have any idea, Damien?
I asked, what can hurt it?
So, looking around, you've kind of... Or we're going to kind of do this a little bit out of order. With your... see red. Roland.
Mm-hmm.
What was the question that you were going to ask? Were you just trying to see which pumpkins were the...
Well, so I hold 2, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so... I'd like to know what's the best way to protect the victims.
Okay, before we answer that one specifically, what's another one that you were gonna do?
The other one I was thinking about,
It's all about asking the right questions.
Is there anything my sight doesn't see?
Thank you. You see the, looking at the pumpkin patch, you can see which pumpkins have the vines in them.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them do. But the ones that do, as there's kids walking around and everything with their bags of candy, as the bags of candy brush those specific pumpkins, the ones with the vines, you can see the vines start to go crazy at the touch of the bags. And then what was the other one? What's the best way to protect the victims? You see that those pumpkins are actively trying to move away from any kids that have candy.
That's interesting.
and that you could relay that info to Damien, and then that question can be answered super easy.
So, it appears that these vines are becoming agitated whenever the pumpkins are touched by the bags of candy that the children are carrying. And
it seems.
Fuck. I know, you just literally said this, I'm drawing a blank. Fuck.
Okay, so Damien, your question?
I was gonna say what can hurt it, but he pretty much.
Yes, ask it.
Ask it. Jesus
What can
Christ.
hurt it?
The fucking candy!
No way.
Make candy grenades.
So explain that to the group, how you came to that conclusion.
So, as Roland here says that the vines pretty much go crazy every time it goes near kids, and from what Rudy has said, that it gets jealous of the things man-made. So I'm assuming it's a crazy thought, but these things hate candy, so we're gonna use candy.
Use the sugar in the candy. They use sugar for their thing, but it sounds plausible. That's the only new factor that has been added to the woods.
Yeah,
the last few days.
They could be jealous of that. Right.
So, do we remove the candy from the woods, or do we throw the candies at the trees?
We obviously throw the candies at the trees.
Sounds like a plan.
I agree with this plan of attack.
Where is Olaf?
Well, I don't have any candies on me. Do you guys have candies on you?
Yes, of course. And she takes out like 3 bags of candy that she has like in her bag.
You have really
I'm
deep
not
pockets.
gonna question it.
It's in her purse, in her bag. I just said that.
Oh.
Listen.
She carries around like a backpack. Like, it's more of like a rucksack, like it's all leather, like it goes with her archaic clothing.
She's a joke, clown now.
The crafty one.
Wait, did anyone ever see where the main route is?
I'm assuming it's going to be where the guy got murdered. Or in that area.
The driver, yes. That's,
in that vicinity.
Sounds like a plausible place.
You saw that the tether led there.
Yes, I should be remembering all that. It has been a long day, but yeah, let's murder a tree with candies.
Tired.
Yeah,
it's understandable why everyone's not remembering things.
All right, let us go and murder this tree spirit with our candies.
Yes, let's kill pumpkin with sugar.
I whisper to Roland. I've always wanted to say that sentence.
Well, I'm glad you finally got to say it. And he winks at Rudius.
I like this New Year.
I don't know how I feel about the Roland. I mean,
I like
Rolf.
him.
Well, he's not as
more
humorous as the old one, but...
Alright, so what are you guys doing to get to that spot?
We walk.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk like right through...
Is the sun still sort of out, or is it pitch dark
At
now?
this point, it's dark.
Wait, where's Coslow?
Esmeralda start...
You don't see Coslow.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Can I go... do we see the mayor?
Yes.
I go up to him. Mayor, Hughes, do you happen to know where Sheriff Coslow is?
Yeah, last I saw her, she was heading into the woods. Apparently one of those trucks got broke out in there, and sent her to go check it out.
And at hearing this, Roland starts rubbing his forehead. He swears under his breath, "God damn it!"
Mayor, I know it's not just an odd thing to ask for, but do you happen to have like a flashlight or anything? We were gonna head back home, but it's pretty dark, so I want to borrow some light source.
Yeah, check my truck over there. There should be like a mag light in there. Be sure to return that though.
Will do. I'll bring it to your office tomorrow.
We've got to hurry.
All right.
Yeah, can I grab the mag light?
Yeah, you grab it.
Yeah, I'm leading the pack like a badass with the mag light.
You head in. The woods are deathly quiet again, like they were that night, or the previous night, I guess. And You come up to the truck, and you see that it's completely engulfed in vines and like the creep roots things. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
And you don't see anybody around.
Do we see any like footsteps or anything showing us where Coslow might have gone to?
Weird about situation.
Oh, shit.
Baby. That's
Nice.
12. I do have advance on that, I believe. Yes,
Oh,
I
you do?
Yes.
Is that one you ask any question? Is that what it is? Yeah, you may ask the keeper any question you want about the situation,
And
not
do I
just the
still
ones that
ask
say.
the 4 questions I usually ask?
No, I think you can. I think you spend the holds to ask any questions you want.
Oh, so I still get to ask 4 questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Coslow?
You can kind of see like some roots leading away, and up against a tree, you see Sheriff Coslow, and she's out cold. And she's just kind of laying at the base of a tree. The roots haven't really touched her or anything yet.
Oh, so is she covered in vine or no?
No. She's like laying on top of them.
Okay. And where is the main root?
Well, you see most of the roots kind of come from one source, and it's kind of like behind the truck, but it seems like it's coming from the ground.
From behind the truck. I see. Shit, guys, what should I ask? Help me out. You can't ask anything, man. It's like free for all. Let's do this. Oh, hang on. What would be the best way to hurt the roots with the chocolate? Do we just rub it in? Do we powderize it?
Well, that's not particularly clear yet, but you do know that they have like an extreme aversion to it, so basically just having it on you will be able to repel the vines.
Esmeralda, she is chewing on some candy, and she spits it onto one of the vines and sees what happens.
Nice. Let's say it's a starburst. As she spits the starburst out onto one of the vines, that specific location, all of the vines they almost hiss and they retreat away from it, and it just leaves like a little, like 1 foot in diameter, like clear patch around a starburst.
Starburst bombs!
I have a pretty great idea too. What if we get the caramel candies, rub it on like a blade, and make like a caramel sword, and then we stab the root.
That's a good idea. And I can just attach candies on the ends of my arrows.
I'm assuming I left my heirloom sword back home because I'm wearing a cat costume. Does anyone have like a sword or a knife or anything else?
Her knife. Her silver knife. Okay, montage of everyone candying up their
Okay,
weapons.
let's see. How does everybody candy up their respective weapons?
Okay, I already said mine. About the
Getting like
arrows.
the what do you call this? Candies Rolos or something?
Oh yeah. Those are just chocolate and caramel.
Yeah. Sort of just like break those open. Sort of just like let the caramel slowly drip down to the sword or the knife, and sort of just like rub it all over. Like
Everything
lather
is
it.
fucking sticky now.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I do the same with my big knife as well, just cover it with as much candy as possible.
There's also like, like the pixie sticks that you can like put in your mouth and then spit all over your knife.
I'm good.
Regurgitate the pixie dust.
You somehow, using no resources whatsoever, replace the gunpowder and the bullets with pixie dust. With
Or
pixie
pop
stick
rocks
dust.
or something.
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks. Use nerds
Yeah, the
as a
pellets
gun
or the
ammo.
pop rocks.
Just get like a BB gun if anyone. No.
We don't have a.
Oh, you guys still have those water bottles from the first mystery? You just
Oh
dump
my
a
God,
bunch
we've
of
been
pop
carrying
rocks
it
in
around.
it and just shake it up and make like
Holy water pop rock combination.
pop rock bombs.
Yes.
Okay.
We do that.
Yes.
Olaf and Roland, what do you guys do?
Olaf stuffs the barrel of his shotgun with candy corn.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
Roland?
takes some Twizzlers and he cuts them down to a 38 caliber and loads them into his revolver. And then
Oh my
he
God.
takes some other
Wow.
Twizzlers and he uses his big knife to cut a slit in along the long side, and he lines the sharp edge of the knife with it.
He just like sticks it onto
Yeah.
there.
The thing,
We're so
Okay.
badass, dude.
right?
As you guys finish candying up your weapons, you feel the woods themselves start moving, and you see vines start whipping at everybody. And specifically, one huge vine whips at Damien.
Here we go.
I try to slash it away with my candy knife now.
Okay, roll kick some ass.
This is the best Halloween finale.
Seriously.
Okay, you don't manage to get the knife up in time, and the vine whips you across the arm, and it just leaves this massive gash in your arm. Hang on, I don't remember how much damage this does.
I haven't asked my fourth question, by the way.
Actually, I'm gonna do helping hand.
Oh.
When I successfully help another hunter, they get +2 instead of the usual.
Oh, nice.
+1.
Okay,
Oh,
how are you helping him
yes.
out?
I'm going to start spitting like candy out at him.
Oh my
I will use my
God.
crossbow, but I feel like that's not gonna help that much.
Well, it has to be you have to help him out with his action, or else that's gonna be a protect someone roll instead.
Okay. So I try to like grab onto the vine that is like attacking him while he cuts it with his like candy knife.
Oh, nice.
Would that help?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for that.
Wait, is it +1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
Wait, so what happens on a mixed success for that move?
Like a 7 for his.
Or 7 or 9? No, for the helping hand.
It doesn't. It's just a successful
Oh, you're just
roll.
rolling a help out.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
okay.
Rolling a
Yeah.
help out, so he gets +2 to his roll. So then that's pass, right?
Right. He gets the +2, and then
Good job.
but you expose yourself to trouble or danger. So the vine, he manages to cut the vine, and it squiggles and drops down to the ground. But that distracts you, and you don't notice the vine that wrapped around your foot, and it picks you up into the air, and you're just kind of hanging from your foot.
I take my crossbow out and shoot it.
Okay, roll kick some ass.
It's 0 +0.
Nice.
Okay. You shoot the crossbow kind of semi-blindly. You're just kind of trying to hit some of the vines, and the bolt connects, and the vine that was holding you drops you. But as it drops you, it makes sure to pop out a bunch of thorns right where you're about to land.
Okay, I take 1 harm or 2.
Hang on.
that's 5 harm,
I
actually.
forgot to look this up.
Well, I know I already have 3.
You take 2 harm, and then
I become unstable.
Wait, I thought we healed.
I
No.
didn't heal.
Yeah, I didn't heal.
not from that previous mystery you hadn't yet, but
Oh.
but since the past night, remember I said that you guys were well rested. So for that, restore 2.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, so I'm at 3. And then do I like take only 1 since I
With your armor. Yeah, you only take 1, and also Damien, you still did take damage because that was a kick some ass roll. But you also
How much
dealt
though?
damage to it, so you take 2 harm.
Okay.
But you also have armor, I think, so it only does
Yeah.
1.
Alright, so it was right, yeah.
And then how much does your crossbow do, and how much does the big knife do?
so the crossbow does 2 harm. And then I didn't use my knife, but so Damien, he's asking you.
Mine does 1.
Hey, can I do something dumb?
Go for it.
Can I don't know, it's not particularly my element, but can I sort of use my wind to control the bags of candy that are still left, specifically the ones that have chocolate in it? Sort of hovered all over the vines, then I use magic to rain it down on them. I say, chocolate rain!
Sure, right now.
Should I
Roll
roll
use magic.
11. You can help
Awesome.
me out, then we can get 12, and we can get extra.
I don't know how anybody would help you out for that.
I don't either.
Can't Roland do anything with his
Well,
magic?
actually, I do know how somebody who uses fire regularly could melt the chocolate so that it's liquid.
The man called Rolf feels anger at.
The Man Called Rolf.
Shit.
You've also
I'm
rolled.
sorry. Roll.
Negative
Fuck
one
you.
experience.
So Roland feels anger building up at seeing Sheriff Coslow laid low, and he sees what Rudius is doing, and he channels that anger into fire magic to melt down the chocolate.
Awesome. So instead of the regular, instead of just all the candies catching fire, it's more like this heat emanates, like kind of like how you see in cartoons where like the blood like boils and it's like blows. But anyway, so yeah, his anger like kind of builds up and creates this massive heat that just melts all the chocolate and it rains down on everything. This is kind of weird. I'm not quite sure how to calculate damage for this. Oh, actually. The Man Called Rolf, you didn't roll.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
also, I'm rolling.
True, yeah.
Plus 2 experience, plus because GM fucked up.
Only right. Wait, would this be a help out roll or a magic roll?
Yeah, it would be
Okay.
help out. Roll what? I
is
don't
a
know, it's
magic,
kind of
though,
iffy. Yeah, roll help
Okay,
out.
Yeah.
If he fails, help him out.
Damn it, that's a 6.
Okay.
Does Esmeralda
Why
have
you
any of
do
her forwards left?
You want to give it forward? Instead, like to...
I was thinking of that, but I just did that basically.
Well,
I
you
was
did
gonna
the
give
helping
someone
hand.
else. Okay, so I'm going to help. We're still helping Rudius.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can either direct and help me, or do like a chain reaction where you help Roland, help me.
It'd be cooler for what's
This
going
one
on
I
if
have
you...
to do. It's like a kind of like a it's like a,
So,
I
Roland's
have
trying
to.
to,
So I'm gonna
yeah.
help Roland by basically telling him like what
to be
not
angrier. No,
Actually, I can help you out here. So, when you do when you try to channel the energy, you're doing it, and the heat is emanating from you, but you're so focused that one of the vines grabs your foot and trips you and stunts your focus, so you're not able to help.
Okay.
But that didn't actually happen. That was Esmeralda's vision.
because I see the vine. And
Vine's
wait,
dead.
I don't know how to stop the vine. Should I like
Stab it with a knife,
candy?
yeah.
Okay, so I also have another weapon, my axe, and what I do is and during that montage, I mean, while you guys were
What
doing
flavor
yours,
was it? Yeah.
I chew up a bunch of like gum and like Starburst, just like that chewy
Skittles?
chewy stuff, and I like put it on the side, all over. I just stick it all over.
There's
And then-
no rainbow!
And now I start smashing in X-Men into the vine.
You start chopping at the vine, and what candy tagline, what candy catchphrase do you use?
I say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too sweet for to the vine?
Cool.
Was that? Oh, Starburst, juicy,
The Skittles.
and no, solid but juicy."
Oh my god.
The more you
vine-
think about it, the funnier it gets.
the vine splits, and you can see
bad for the vines.
Coslow kind of twitch in her sleep as she hears the horrible joke that was just made. And the Man Called Rolf is able to focus, and he's able to melt the chocolates, which is able to get the extra benefit for the chocolate rain, which is going to be so technically none of this was really doing any harm because it's not an attack of any kind, but what it does do is as the chocolate hits the ground and it kind of melts into the ground, you feel the ground rumble, and out from behind the truck, from the ground, you see this root rising. And the more it comes out, you realize it's shaped like a person. It's a giant mandrake. Do you guys know what a
Start
mandrake is?
screaming. Yeah, does it start screaming?
Yeah, it starts screaming as soon as it comes out, and it's like 12 feet tall. This thing's massive, and it like just pushes the truck out of the way and rushes towards Rudius.
Oh no! Oh no!
Roland's going to whip out his .38 revolver and take a shot at the mandrake.
All right, roll.
Slide.
It's a 6.
Oh no!
Okay, so
Can I help him?
If you can figure out how to help him.
What if rather than helping?
No, actually,
him,
you can't help him because you're being attacked.
Yes.
Wait. Okay, never mind. Either way.
Why doesn't Olaf help?
This was a protect
Because he's
someone
asleep,
roll,
probably.
not a kick some ass roll.
Wait.
I'm asleep.
Oh, that's
He's still
right.
here,
So, okay.
Yeah, but either way, it's tough.
Yeah.
So it's the same result. So I mean, you miss your shots, and the creature crashes into Rudius. And as it does, like as it makes contact with Rudius, rapidly these vines surround you and they start constricting you. You take 3.
Fuck.
Oh, down, Daniel.
Olaf, what do you do?
Olaf, what can I do?
Unravel me.
Oh my fucking god.
Who's in the most danger right now?
Rudius.
Rudius.
Definitely
He's being
Rudius.
basically crushed by these vines.
Alright, I'll go for him. I'll try to tear off the vines
Okay,
with my bare hands.
Okay, roll act under pressure.
Because he says bear, you see like he has claws made out of like twigs or something.
No, my hands turn into bear paw, like the bone structure changes into bear paw.
No, you
turn into
can't
a
do
chain.
that.
Get the heck out of here. It's twigs.
No, but it's just a visual glitch, okay, dude?
Alright, sure.
Gotta add that flavor to it.
With Rudius's third eye, he sees like a bear aura engulf him.
I'm channeling the berserker within me.
Oh, that's perfect.
Nice.
A berserker. Okay,
I wish other people had advanced.
that's awesome. Yeah, it'd be nice if you had advanced, but you don't. So you managed to rip off most of the vines before the creature can recover from his charge. He turns around, steaming mad, and it looks at what the fuck? Roland, and it runs right at you.
So Roland's feeling pretty pissed off that he missed his shots, and he channels this into his big knife, which superheats it using magic, and he slashes at the incoming mandrake.
Okay, this is gonna be 2 rolls, because you're gonna use magic to enchant the weapon, and then you're gonna roll kick some ass.
You boil some M&M on the
Okay,
heated knife.
so the magic roll is
A caramelizes.
yeah. The magic roll is gonna be an 11.
Awesome.
And the kick some
For
ass
if he misses.
is gonna be an 8.
Okay, cool. So, your big knife is gonna do an extra damage, and it's also got the tag, candy. And, as it rushes at you, you kind of jump up off the ground so that it doesn't hit you full force, and using the knife, you dig into it, so you're kind of hanging off of this guy, like, from the knife that's stabbed into him. But you still like get whipped around by the vines that are like sticking out of him, like you know how roots have like those little tendrils. So they'll still fuck you up a little bit. So you take 2 harm from that.
Okay. And like as he's hanging on and he's getting whipped about, Roland kind of mutters, "Give me a break."
That kick
Yeah.
back. All right. Damien, what do you do?
Well, let's see. How many?
The creature's
vines
kind of
are
got
we
its back to you, and Roland is like hanging on to him on the opposite side, so you can see his back, and Roland is like on his chest.
I'll rush towards it and try to stab it at the back.
Okay.
Handy knife.
Yeah, roll kick some ass.
Okay. Nice.
Sick. So you choose an extra effect for kick some ass.
The terrible harm.
Yeah, cool. Alright, so you run up to it and you manage to get a real long gash because it's distracted by the Man Called Rolf that's hanging onto him. But after you do this gash, he just whips around and backhands you, and you kind of fly back and hit against the truck. You take 2 harm.
So 1 because of my armor, right?
Yes.
Can I attack it?
So it lets out this wail, and out from the ground start coming these pumpkin creatures with vines coming out of them, and they're kind of like running on the vines. It's really freaky looking.
Yeah.
And he spawns like 3 of these things, and one of them rushes at you, Rudius.
Okay, all the melted chocolate that was on the ground, I use, gonna check some ass with my magic to make a solid wall of chocolate in front of me.
Ooh, perfect. I like that. Yeah. Roll, you roll, use magic for combat, or is it still kick some ass?
I failed, it's a 6.
Oops.
Damn.
Okay. But it's a kick some ass roll, right? It's just that you use weird for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the wall is about to come up, but the creatures jump. Or the creature is just one that's attacking you. It jumps up and it just clears the wall before it's fully formed, and it just slashes at you with these. Actually, he doesn't slash; it stabs into you with these vine things. So it's kind of like this pumpkin creature is like hanging on to you with these vines, and you take 2 harm from that.
1 because I have the armor. So.
Yeah.
I probably should keep saying the same thing. I'm unstable now, guys, for the first time
Damn.
ever.
That's true. Yeah, because your life drain hasn't hit anything. Okay. Esmeralda, what do? You see you see 2 of these creatures. They're kind of right in front of you.
She says, "Hi, little babies," and then she takes out her crossbow and shoots one of them square in the head.
All right,
Or
roll kick some
whatever their
ass.
head is.
They're basically just ahead, I guess.
Huh, that's what she said. Ah, that's what I got.
Damn.
We had to fail some.
How much luck do you have?
I'm not gonna use luck. I don't have a lot.
Yeah, she has these 4 already.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So in that case, you get an extra effect for kick some ass. So look at the extra
I don't
effects.
take any damage. I take 1 less damage.
Okay. So you pull up the crossbow and you shoot it right as it's trying to slash at you, and it just kind of grazes you across the cheek with this vine, and it just cuts your cheek and starts bleeding. So you take 1 harm from that.
But then I take 0.
Yeah.
And it dies?
No.
What the fuck? I hit it in the head.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it did die. Yeah, I'm sorry. It explodes.
Yeah, I'm not one to be fucked with right now.
And Roland. Oh no, was it Olaf?
Yeah, Olaf hasn't done.
Can I
Yeah,
go?
okay.
Doesn't
Yeah,
do
Olaf.
anything.
I'll do something.
It's so passive.
What? Okay.
Do something, bitch.
I'm gonna shoot the one that attacked Radius. That one's still
Okay.
alive, right?
Yeah, it's like hanging off of him.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot that one with my shotgun.
Olaf
With the
gonna
shotgun. Roll kick some ass.
You better hope I don't fail this roll, bro.
I'm unstable. So
Okay, you're lucky.
Oh, and you choose an extra effect.
it hits me.
What is that? I guess inflict terrible harm, so it does 4 damage to it. Oh, wait. No, I'd like to do the give +1 forward to another hunter and give that to Rudy, whoever's going next.
Okay, probably Roland is going to go next, so you want to give it to him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is Olaf gonna still love Rolf now that he's rolling?
Technically, he feels a little bit more connected to him like now, but that's just flavor. Anyway, how does the gun sound when it fires? Does it feel like it would have a distinctive sound?
It sounds like a death rattle almost, but it's because of the candy. It's kind of muffled, like because.
Okay, cool.
that just come out as like static or?
Yeah, basically. But
well, that was supposed to. In my head, it sounded better when I.
Cool. That's a cool sound anyway for it to make. So, it fires, and these what kind of bullets are it shoots like bone fragments, right?
Well,
so I guess
it was filled with candy corn though.
Right, it was filled. So all these bone fragments stabbed with candy corn, basically, like just fragments of bone and candy corn just fly across this little hollow, and it just penetrate straight through this this pumpkin. And before, how it was kind of like holding itself aloft by like the tendrils, like, you know how kind of like how Doc Ock uses his arms to like crawl. It was kind of doing that all over Rudius. And as soon as those bullets penetrate, or those projectiles penetrate, it just falls limp, and the tendrils fall to the ground.
Ha! Take that.
The mandrake creature turns around and is just kind of looking at what's going on, and it sees Olaf, like, confidently standing there with the bone shotgun, and he targets him and he runs straight at him. Roland, what do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the .38 revolver and attempt to unload into this thing again.
Okay. Are you going for a kick some ass, or are you going for a protect someone?
Protect someone. I rolled a 7.
Okay. You protect them, okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. So, you shoot the mandrake, and it stumbles, actually. This is the first time you've seen it actually be affected by the attacks that you guys have hit him with. And he kind of stumbles and tumbles to the ground off balance. But as it's going down, it kind of lets out a little wail. And the one pumpkin creature that was left lunges at you, Roland, and it starts stabbing into you with its tendril things. So you take 2 harm from that. And then how much does your revolver do?
2 harm.
Hi, quickly. First time the mandrake attacked me, did my enchanted clothing protect me from any damage, or did I do it too?
Actually, yeah, so you should have 1 less, because
I'm stable.
Yeah. So the mandrake is looking a little weird. It's kind of like flinching and twitching, and you can see like some like juices coming out of it, like, you know, like when you cut into a potato or something, there's like a little bit of like juice. And it's wailing a lot now, and it gets back up, and it looks around at all the hunters, and then it looks over at the unconscious body of Kozlo.
Can I get his attention by yelling, "You're not hungry! What are you? No, you're not you when you're hungry," or something like that. What was that for sneakers?
Yeah, you're not you when you're hungry.
You're not you when you're hungry.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of role this is. I guess manipulate someone.
7. Do I have to give it something?
You have to do something right now to show me mean it.
One of the pumpkin that Olaf killed, the head, I kick it like a soccer ball. Look what it did to your child!
Okay, that gets him. He turns around and focuses on you. And he, instead of charging at you, now he's just like slowly lumbering over at you. And he extends his arms, and the little fibrous tentacle things that were stuck all over its body, they grow out of his hands, and they just start twitching all over the place, like really long fingers or something. And he puts one up like he's about to swipe at you.
Alright. Okay, so I have a pretty badass way to probably finish him off. Can one of you guys make him like trip or something, so that he's like trip, so that he
trip? I thought you said grip or something. I was like, what does that mean?
Trip, so that he's sort of like, you know, he's bent over. Does that make sense?
Oh, you want me to bend him over? Oh,
yeah.
Bent over, I see.
Hang on with
Is
the.
someone gonna do that? Olaf, you got it? You got this?
I got this.
Got this.
Oh, do I do that now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
what
did
are you
right.
doing?
Just sitting there. I'm like slowly seeing the select branches coming at my face and like.
Anytime now, Olaf.
It's on slow motion, and then you just see Olaf
He's
like,
just
over
standing there, like staring off into space. He has like
yeah,
this
he's,
dead
like,
look on
thinking
his
about
face.
What he's gonna eat. I mean, what he's not gonna eat later because he doesn't eat.
He's like biting into a sneaker.
What kind?
Actually, okay, so if this is gonna be a final move to finish this guy, maybe Olaf can do something else, something a little bit bigger.
I know what I can do.
Did he know that? He states that.
I'll take out my dagger that I was making, and I'll stab the dude in the knee.
Okay.
Sunny.
Roll kick some ass. Okay,
I'd
that's what
like to use luck.
No.
No?
This
Okay.
is what I wanted to happen.
Thank goodness.
Just for the listeners, he rolled a 5. He failed to roll.
That's what I wanted to happen. It was a critical fail too, 2 1s.
That's true, which is
Snake
perfect.
eyes.
The dagger isn't
Fuck you,
doing
like
anything to the
this.
creature, and actually the creature now that like liquid that was coming out of him seems to almost be making him stronger somehow. Like he is more resilient now. And you think one final use of your magic might weaken him enough for your fellow hunters to finish him. Something that you can do with that dagger.
And I say, bend the knee! And I think really hard on that dagger, and I force all my power towards it.
Your life force.
You see this blue glow come from Olaf, and you see kind of these wisps of energy coming from his body and going into the dagger. You're all seeing this, like the whole little hollow is kind of glowing blue, and it gets really cold all of a sudden. And there's a big blue flash, and the creature's leg is frozen solid in a bent position. So it's like kneeling on the ground, and the dagger is like encased in this ice. But you don't see Olaf anywhere. But Rudius, you have a split second to react. What do you do?
Alright. So he's a bit bent over, right?
Yes.
So with the chocolate that has pooled on the ground for this whole fight, I make like almost like a reverse guillotine, a wall of chocolate that goes to the bottom, flies up top, and grows and slices the mandrake in half with a wall of chocolate.
Ooh,
That's
I like
fucking
that.
cool.
And I made up a spell, Celerisk Muram.
Roll.
Yes.
Oh,
14.
hell yeah.
I was about to select too.
Failed
You look at the mandrake in the face when you say your incantation, and feeling the cold around you, you kind of tap into it, and you're able to strengthen the wall. It comes up, and the mandrake the front half of the mandrake just falls limp in front of you. And then the back half falls as much as it can, because the leg is, like, frozen. Since, the fight is technically done. Oh, wait, no, it's not done. There's still a fucking pumpkin creature attacking Roland.
Esmeralda shoots the pumpkin creature with her crossbow.
She's about to do that, but the extra effect is that killing this guy kills everything else. So the pumpkin drops. I was just trying to come up with an extra effect. So Esmeralda doesn't have to shoot it. So
And then she decides, okay, sweet. She says, sweet, I don't have to kill anything.
As the pumpkin creature falls off, Roland falls to his knees, and as he's realizing that Olaf is gone, and he starts crying, and there's tears streaming down his face.
Man
Wait,
Rolf.
Where's Olaf? Is he gone?
Man Rolf. Take this. It's dangerous out there.
Wow.
hey, man, he made it his own.
Yeah.
You hear this emanating from the dagger that's encased in the ice there.
And Roland forces himself to get up, and as there's tears still streaming down his face, he walks up to the knife and he yanks it from the knee of this creature. And he, as he did in the vision, he hugs it to his chest.
May the fjord be with you. And the voice fades away. In other words, shut the fuck up.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. Wait, the voice does fade away. Okay. What does the group do? Do you guys go to Rolf or?
Yeah, I just go stand
or roll
beside him and put my hand on his shoulder, but don't really say.
Same here. I think it'll be more powerful if we don't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, stand in solidarity and silence.
A moment of silence for Olaf.
And we see Damien just chewing on
about to
like
say
a Snickers
that.
bar.
I was about to say that.
The group is kind of having this moment, and the camera starts to pan out of this hollow. But it holds on the group. And the top half of the mandrake reaches up to engulf the group, and you hear a bang.
Kozlo!
You look over, and Kozlo is holding a shotgun. There's smoke coming out the front. The creature lays dead.
Did you fill that shotgun with candy?
What the fuck was that? The camera now pans out of the woods, and we have a few kind of post-credit scenes here. As you reach the funeral home, Agent Sullivan is waiting at the door.
Agent, it's been a while.
Agent Toombs, did you receive a call from Harkin?
Not recently.
He mentioned he tried to call something about a bad connection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she might be talking about the time he was talking about a transfer.
Yeah, I wasn't really able to completely hear it. But I heard reassignment.
You've been promoted, Agent Toombs. She hands you an updated badge. And this badge is used for agents that they're not assigned to a specific location. Instead, they're kind of sent wherever they're needed instead of like watching over one specific place. They're kind of more like backup agents for the agent.
Special ops, pretty much.
Exactly. They get called in when the agents that are assigned to places are having issues.
I clap him in the back. Dude, nice job.
Yeah. Damon thinks to himself, how the fuck?
And Roland.
In the back of Julio's head, he's thinking, how the fuck?
And Roland's just kind of clapping, and in his mind, he's going, damn, Damien got demoted, or got promoted.
So,
am I the only one confused?
When do I... So Damien says to Agent Sullivan, when do I head out? Like, how long they get me to stay here for a while?
We already have our first assignment, Agent Toombs. I'm your new partner. For life. She hands you a dossier.
I look to Richardson and give him a thumbs up.
Give him the stink eye. I'm like, fuck you.
Pack your things, Agent Toombs. We're heading out.
Can I have a moment to say farewell to my group before I do?
Of course.
Let me just get my stuff before then.
As she passes Esmeralda, she flashes her own friendship bracelet.
Esmeralda flashes hers and smiles. And she smiles.
Besties.
And Sullivan goes to wait in the car.
After I pack most of my weapons and everything, which is a lot of weapons, I first head to Roland. You okay?
I suspect I'll be feeling the loss of Olaf for a long time. But I think I'm doing much better, thanks to you.
I point towards the dagger and say, well, he's always nearby. I guess we can all feel that.
And Roland kind of flips the knife in his hand and catches it handily, and he says, yeah, I suppose that's true, but still not as good as the whenever he was whole.
As he walks away from Roland, he says, just keep it away from the salt.
Yeah.
He then goes towards Esmeralda, with the bag of weapons and everything as he's heading towards the car.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give those to me.
Hell no. I don't
Oh.
trust you with these.
I'll miss you, but I'm sure I'll see you around.
Oh yeah, just next time, normal clowns.
Why not?
Thanks.
They're so fun.
Why not? This walks away.
Wow.
And yeah, and finally Rudius. Well, it's been one weird ride.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year.
So what's your plan after this? You stay with the group?
I don't know, to be honest, I was here just, I don't know, because you were on a mission. I just wanted to tag along, but I don't see a point in staying here if you're gone. Maybe I'll go back home, maybe train under my mother. Maybe I'll go on an adventure of myself, learn more magic.
Oh, whatever you do, stay in touch.
Will do,
And
brother.
don't blow shit up.
No
That's
promises.
unnecessary. Oh my god. And as he heads towards the car, he waves one last goodbye to the group, and
The camera fades to black. In the darkness, a calling stone starts to glow.
Ring, 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 ring. Hello?
Mistress Esmeralda.
Elizabeth?
Mistress, you're the only one we can go to.
What's going on?
The sect, they're hunting us.
Come to the funeral home as soon as you can. You'll be safe here, I can promise you.
Dwight, they have Dwight. Wait, what is that? The connection cuts out. And as it does, Esmeralda's vision returns of these hands reaching around the group, but this time, it's only her. You see what this, Roland, you see what this creature is now. The whole creature materializes. And it's this ragged, like tattered looking creature with the head of a stag.
Hang on. One last end credit scene, man. I'll do this. You see a door closed, the main door of the Winter's funeral home. There's a note attached to it on the inside. It says, "I'll be back." Signed by R, and the little leg of the R turns into a star.
Yeah, I feel like we see Roland staring at it. Kinda he's got his arms crossed. And
Then you hear a loud bang outside. Rudius was trying to make a quick badass exit, tripped and fell.
Roland kind of pokes his hat out and he goes, "You okay?"
Yeah. I fucking run off.
And that's where we'll pick up next season.
That was a good ending.
That.
Fantastic finale.
Thank you all so much for listening and sticking with us. It was a really rough start. This was the first arc that we've done on this podcast, and we really appreciate all of you who've listened all the way through. And thank you so much for your support and listening to us. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the show, leave us a rating on iTunes. You can just leave a 5-star rating. You don't have to leave a whole review. You can just click on the 5 stars and that's it. And be sure to check out our website, cryptfailsinc.com. We have all kinds of stuff on there. There's some new stuff coming to the website too, so keep an eye out for that. And you guys, like I said at the beginning of this mystery, you are still getting your regularly scheduled episode on Sunday. It'll just be a bonus episode, but we wanted this to go up on Halloween so that you guys have something spooky to listen to while you're waiting for trick-or-treaters to come to the door. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Julio and on Instagram at HailJulio1.
You can follow me on Instagram at Susi_Possum and on Twitter at SusiPossum.
And you can find me at HDR on Instagram.
yeah.
Anyway, you can follow me at Farhan Israk, both Instagram and Twitter, and tweet at me. Tell us how we did in this podcast of ours.
Tell us if we sucked.
No,
All
just tell us
feedback
good
is
things,
welcome.
please. We have pretty fragile egos.
You can follow me at Ariz_hater at Twitter.
And you can follow me at Capitan Nihil, however you pronounce it, on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you guys again so much for listening. we'll
Remember to check your kids' candies for guns.
we're gonna have
For drugs, I think
a
it's
whole new story here in a couple weeks. Shouldn't be any breaks in episodes, but you'll have a brand new story, brand new characters to go through. It'll be a different game. It won't be Monster of the Week, but we'll definitely be checking back in on the Hunters next season, whenever that comes. So thanks again, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.